Every family vlogger needs to hear this. The Inghams need to hear this. Fizz family need to hear this. Dad v Girls need to hear this. Every family vlogger in the US needs to hear this. Okay, this is so important, and it proves what we've been saying is absolutely 100% true without a doubt. It is cast iron evidence that family vlogging is detrimental to the lives and the health of those children who are made to perform for the cameras every single day. Now, at the moment, there is a bill that's been trying to be passed over in Utah at the moment off the back of the Shari Franke 8 passengers case, and you may have seen this not too long ago from Shari Franke, who had this to say about family vlogging.
Shared her story back in October.
I don't come today as the daughter of a felon, nor as a victim of an abnormally abusive mother. I come today as a victim of family vlogging. My goal is not to present any idea of a solution to this problem, but to shed light on the ethical and monetary issues that come from being a child influencer. When children become stars in their family's online content, they become child influencers. It is more than just filming your family life and putting it online. It is a full-time job with employees, business credit cards, managers, and marketing strategies. The difference between family vlogging and a normal business, however, is that all the children are employees. Children from before they are born to the day they turn 18 have become the stars of family businesses on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Utah is specifically a hotspot for family content due to the LDS culture around family and the goal to share the church with the world. We also have large families, which makes family content more lucrative. Specifically, many parents film their regular family life as an online video blog called a vlog. But I want to be clear that there is never, ever a good reason for posting your children online for money or fame. There is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger. At first, family vlogging is an alluring business that can bring high revenue. For my family, it became the primary source of income, as is often the case with most full-time family vloggers. Many child influencers are paid for their work, as I was, and this money has helped me in my adult life. However, this payment was usually a bribe. For example, we'd be rewarded $100 or a shopping trip if we filmed a particularly embarrassing moment or an exciting event in our lives. Or other times, simply going on vacation was expected to be payment enough, because most kids don't get to go on regular and expensive trips. Never mind the fact that the child's labor is actually what paid for the vacation or trip. There is no law in place to guarantee that child influencers get any money from their work. If a family account does not become an LLC, parents are taxed heavily for paying their children. But parents also receive tax write-offs for the regular clothes that they wear, the gas money used to drive places, and even the houses they live in. Anything that is filmed can be written off. And even after registering their business as an LLC, there is no guarantee that children will get paid. Any payment that does happen is under the table with no paper trail. And how do we determine how much a child should make from appearing in family content? What price is worth giving up your childhood? But despite any monetary payment children may receive, don't let this excuse the 24/7 labor that these children are subjected to. As a child, I was fully aware that I was an employee. The business was successful when I was happy or when I shared my hardships with the world. Some of our most popular videos were when my eyebrow was accidentally waxed off and the whole world saw a crying teenager when I just wanted to mourn in private. Or the time I was violently ill and got the leading role in the video that day. My friends became scarce because dates were filmed and none of my friends wanted to be on camera. The camera never stops and there is no such thing as a break from filming. At the time, I tell you I had a choice in what was filmed, but I've come to learn that every child influencer, in a way, suffers from Stockholm Syndrome.
So as you can see, she talks there at length about how family vlogging affects every single family vlogger child that is on the internet. It doesn't matter if they have been tied up or beaten like the 8 passengers kids were. That's not the point. The point is that they're used for money. They're not given their money largely, and they are just used for content purposes, and their privacy is invaded. Now, more recently, Kevin Franke, who was partly to blame for the 8 passengers fiasco, has gone to put his side, his point of view across. He has also read out a letter from one of his child victims in this case, his 16-year-old daughter.
First, a statement by my daughter, Frankie, age 16, on her behalf. This bill should be passed, smiley face. Had it been in place when my family was doing YouTube, my mom would not have been able to withdraw all of my savings I had from doing YouTube. This bill will prevent other kids from having to go through the pain of realizing that the compensation for years' worth of time and effort is suddenly gone. Another thing this bill would do that should have been done a long time ago is give adults over the age of 18 the right to have monetized images and videos of themselves taken off social media platforms from when they were kids. As kids, you don't realize what you're subjected to. Really, you're selling your life, your privacy, your body, and stories to the entire world. And as a child, you're involuntarily giving up all of that. You're selling your childhood. Though there is no amount of money that can make up for that loss, the least that can be done now is making sure the child is getting paid for her work and has the right to remove it and walk away if she wants.
So that was a very emotional, impassioned plea by a 16-year-old child in this, who has grown up on the internet, grown up being exploited, grown up to have her every move documented by her family. And this happens day after day after day on various platforms, on various YouTube channels, TikTok accounts, Instagram, everywhere. This happens all over the world. The next letter that was read out was unbelievable. This was from the youngest victim in the case, who was rescued at Ruby Franke's property, and just what she has written is heartbreaking, and it just goes to show just how much it is important for family vloggers to take account and listen, because they are not listening to their own children.
Statement I'd like to read is from my daughter, Frankie. Is 11 years old, on her behalf. As you may know, my name is Eve, and I would like to share my ideas about this new proposed law. I think these new rules will keep the children of Utah more safe because I know more about the horrible situation that a lot of kids are in right now more than anyone. When I was on YouTube, I thought nothing was wrong. I felt, quote unquote, happy, but I really wasn't. When I started getting older, I realized the YouTube channel had ruined my childhood, but at least I got some money, right? Oh, right. I actually didn't because my mom withdrew all of it in 2023. I worked hard for that money. I acted like someone I wasn't in front of that camera, and I earned that money, but I feel like my mom used me for money. I know many of the YouTube channels out there today deny this and say their channels are different and their kids choose it and don't act in front of the camera, but every YouTuber parent expects their kids to act a certain way. Even if the kids themselves do a channel, they deserve the money, not the parents. You all might be saying right now that my dad told me to say these things and is using me, but that is not true. This statement was actually my idea. If anyone is using their kids, it's the YouTubers filming them for money. I'm not saying YouTube is a bad thing. Sometimes it brings us together, but kids deserve to be loved, not used by the ones that are supposed to love them the most. I know I am stuck with the trauma of YouTube, but for some kids, it's not too late. Even now, I can barely make friends because my whole life I was the center of the attention. But now, without even realizing it, I seek attention from others or I feel like they don't like me. When those people think I'm mean, then those people think I'm mean. And when many of these young YouTubers grow up and they don't have the money they earned, and they need to rely heavily on the internet and their parents to survive, then you will know that I'm right. I've said all the reasons I like this law. I want those parents who love their children but don't believe me to know I'm right. Please listen to me. Your kids deserve better lives, and this law will help that become a...
Wow. Okay, so this is the youngest child. She's now 11 years old. But she's been on YouTube since she was pretty much born, right? So for her to say YouTube children go through this, you need to believe them. You need to believe her. She's saying that she can't make friends because she needs to be the centre of attention, because she was brought up to be the centre of attention. She's admitting that, and yet you look at other YouTube families and you see them always looking for validation, always looking for figures, numbers. Can they get the best of this, the best of that? And can they be the best? And they will grow up the exact same way. When they don't get the attention that they crave when they're older, they're going to suffer. It's a mental health crisis waiting to happen. Everybody can see it. But just listen to what that child has to say. Just listen to her words, and listen and think before you post your kids on the internet. Think before you post your kids for money. Every family vlogger, and this really frustrates me, every family vlogger will say words along the lines of, well, we ask our children if they want to be on the vlog. We ask their permission. Well, no, you don't. You might think that you do. If your child came to you and said, oh, I don't want to be vlogged today, you might say, oh, okay, that's fine, no problem about that. But what choice do they really have? If they stopped vlogging, then they wouldn't get to go on nice holidays. Then they wouldn't get to have nice things. Then they wouldn't get to have nice Christmases and nice toys and nice this and that and the other. They wouldn't have anything. And you make it known that they wouldn't have these things. They don't have the choice to be online. They don't have the choice. It's not free will at all. Not at all. And it's patently obvious to see. And these words from these two children prove it without a shadow of a doubt. They're not talking about being abused by a crazy woman and her friend, right? They're not talking about that. That's not the issue here. People will say, oh, well, 8 Passengers was different. It was child abuse, proper child abuse. They were being abused. Well, yes, latterly they were, but they are not talking about that. They are talking about the years of other abuse that they suffered growing up at the hands of a family vlogger parent. That is what they're talking about. And they are relating it to other family vlogger kids who are growing up in the exact same environment, the exact same way, and they vlog every single day of their lives, exploitation, privacy invasion, monetary gain, the lot. Ask yourselves this if you are a family vlogger child. Where's your money? Ask your parents, where is your money? Do they have your money in savings? If they stall, or they divert, or distract, then there's your answer. Isabel Ingham, where is your savings? Did you receive hundreds of thousands of pounds when you reached 18? Ask the question. So I think we can all take something from this, and we can apply it to everybody. Anybody that's thinking of becoming a family vlogger, just take these words on board. Anybody that's already a family vlogger, definitely take these words on board. They're not empty words, they are real words from a real life victim or victims of family vlogging. And your children will be going through the exact same thing. If you have appreciated this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.